And we see how women are treated. We see how the economies kind of operate, and that they don't have good, strong economies as such, you know. And they're not really the best, healthiest types of nations to be living in. So I get back to what we are told within the Christian religion, a simple little concept, guys, a simple little doctrine, little teaching, that is, you know, by their fruits you will know them. By their fruits you will know them. So you look at the kinds of fruits that any religion produces, any spiritual path produces, and so on. That is a good indicator of the spiritual depth that the religion actually has, or the spiritual path, or whatever the case might be. And we see precious little really good fruits come out of this religion, by and large. And again, I'm not saying that there's not any good Muslim at all, like a good morally ethical Muslim just in their personality sort of thing, just in their own natural makeup, because I guess that kind of person exists everywhere. But you have to struggle like mad to be that kind of person within that kind of a religious framework, you know, with that kind of indoctrination constantly being pumped into your head. These kinds of Muslims are the ones that I'm longing to come forward to speak out against the extremism within this religion, and they're refusing to do it. So what I see continuously are Muslims in general criticizing people that criticize the religion, and not stepping forward and saying, yes, I agree with you on this particular point, with this particular teaching in the religion. I'm not comfortable with it myself. You may have a point. You know, and to exercise force to propagate our religion, to take deaths of innocent people completely unnecessarily, to propagate our religion and to spread our religion and so on, I'm not comfortable with. It goes against my own natural ethical framework sort of thing, you know. So I agree with you on these points, you know, and so on. It could be any number of things that the so-called moderates or good Muslims or whatever that supposedly exist out there somewhere could be stepping to the forefront and saying, yes, I agree with you on this point. I agree with you on that point. I agree with you on X number of points. We have got to start looking at these things more. We've got to start analyzing these things more and rethinking these things more, and judge for ourselves. Just tap into your own spiritual essence and your own connection with God and so on, that to tell you directly whether that's a good teaching or not. I don't think Muslims do that very much, know how to do that very much. The Sufis are the only ones in Islam that I'm aware of that try to pursue that path to any degree, sort of thing, you know. And so my personal spiritual understanding tells me that we have a constant, continuous connection with Source, what I call Source, that suggests to us what's right and what's wrong. What's common sense, what's not common sense, what is beneficial, what is not beneficial, what is negative, and what is positive, sort of thing. So now for myself personally, guys, I go through virtually every day of my life getting frustrated and aggravated and upset and bitching and sometimes yelling and all the rest of it, sort of thing. Any number of things that come my way, guys, that set me off, throw me off balance, just rattle my nerves and all the rest of it. And that's the way I react to it, sort of thing. Now, even though I struggle with that continuously, and I understand the common sense part of me, my functioning brain, whatever's up there functioning to any degree at all, tells me, Ivan, this is not good, this is not healthy, you got to stop doing this, it's not the way to deal with stuff and all the rest of it, it's not spiritual, it's not Christian, it's not, you know, blah, blah, blah. You got to try to be more calm, cool, collected, you got to express this more loving kind of aura or energy, you know, out toward the world. So I think that's the way you should be, as much as you possibly can, every day, every waking moment of your life, sort of thing, you know. I've got to a point now where I've got my poor cat, I mean, scared half to death, to the point that she'll have moments now, she'll have days where she'll rush off and she'll hide away from me. I mean, I've got her, poor creature, traumatized so much by the way I react to things that, you know, that's the effect that I'm having on her. Now, there's no part of me that wants to be that way. It's just the way that I deal with stressors in life and so on. What I'm trying to say here, guys, is that if you push indoctrination to one side for 5 bloody seconds, a minute or a couple of minutes or whatever, enough to think independently for yourself, sort of thing, source will kick in, the energies, God, whatever, will kick in and touch your brain and tell you directly of a more better way to operate and to think and to feel and to believe and all the rest of it, sort of thing. You don't really need religion, for any kind of religion, for that sort of thing. All the greatest saints and sages down through time, Yeshua himself primarily, Buddha as well. I really do put Buddha and Yeshua more or less in a similar category. They learned to do that. So they became spiritual sages, they became spiritual giants, and religions formed up around their teaching, sort of thing. But the methods that they used to get to the point where they were, to get the spiritual knowledge that they had, is available to all of us. The same steps and the same methods are available to all of us to do the same thing, to reach the same level. You see what I'm saying? And many spiritual New Agers and New Age gurus and all the rest of it know this sort of stuff, understand this sort of stuff. They understand the methods that you need to utilize to get to that saintly level, to get to that sage level, to that spiritually awakened and spiritually progressive advance stage in your spiritual understanding of things, So I don't know if the founder of Islam was like that. I don't know if he utilized those types of methods or whatever. I mean, the things that came to him and the teachings that he propagated and the things that he told his followers and so on that to do, I'm not sure if there's any other religion out there on earth that would agree that this is from source. This is from God, as any of the rest of us understand God as being, sort of thing, So, okay, so I mean, there's much in the religion, guys, that needs to be, if it wishes to continue to exist in a modern age, then it needs to be reformed. It desperately needs to be reformed. And until it's reformed, then there's going to be massive problems with it. And if it can't be reformed, if the adherents don't want to reform it, want to stay fanatical to a backward, primitive, savage way of believing and implementing the religion, then it's going to be a threat to the entire world. It's going to be a threat to civilization. It's going to be a threat to humanity in general. And we need to find some way to rid the planet of this threat to all of us. It's as simple as that. You got one or two paths. Either Islam has got to reform, or it's got to go completely. And so I'm seeing videos and so on that that are saying that Muslims in the Muslim world are about a wholesale. Many countries in the Muslim world are turning to the Christian path. Whether that's it's better than the Muslim path, it's much better than the Muslim path. And however they're understanding Yeshua and all the rest of it, whatever messages are coming to them, to turn to Yeshua and to turn away from their path, I can't speak for that myself. That's their own personal spiritual journeys and all the rest of it. But supposedly this is happening in increasing numbers in many parts of the Muslim world, sort of thing, it's just what I'm hearing. I mean, I don't know. But if that's what needs to happen, in order for this path to gradually dwindle and fade from the face of the earth, because it can't reform, it can't improve, it can't advance, for the adherents to turn to another path that seems better, that seems more spiritual, that has that loving essence within it, sort of thing, then that's what's got to happen. I mean, it's like I much prefer people to turn to Christianity, and not because it was the religion that I was born into, but any thinking person knows it's infinitely better, infinitely more superior overall than the Muslim path, the Islamic path, because its primary focus, the essence of it, if you're going to follow the life of and I'm going to get into another video about this in a second, guys. If you're going to follow the life of Yeshua to a T, is to be a loving, nurturing influence in the world. That is the primary doctrine, the primary teaching, the core essence of what Christianity is supposed to be about. So that's that's light years difference from the way Islam operates, sort of thing. So, I mean, yes, I mean, I just say to any Muslim out there, just stop, think, just think, allow yourself to think, meditate, and to just naturally, directly connect yourself with Source directly and see what comes to you naturally, and then start rethinking your religion, because one way or another, you're not, the whole Western world is not going to sit down, roll over, and allow you to take over our societies. It's a simple thing. You might think that you're going to have it simple and easy to infiltrate our countries, to infiltrate our governments and our media and our policing agencies and whatever it is you're trying to infiltrate, sort of thing. But you're going to have pushback at some point. The pushback is already beginning. You're going to have millions of people, hundreds of millions of people the world over that say enough is enough, we've had enough, we're not going to allow you to take over this way and destroy our cultures and our societies and all the great things that we've built up so far. We're just not going to allow you to do it. And that is, if there's any cosmic justice out there, if there is a true source that functions on any kind of a rational, logical, sane, sensible level that humanity understands to any degree whatsoever, then that pushback has got to come at some point from a higher divine perspective. That is to say, the energies of Source will have to come into people, have to connect with people, and they will become naturally awakened to the terrible wrongness of what's going on, and they will just have this holy boldness, I guess, from Source directly to fight back against this evil, this plague, this cancer, this tumor thing, this disease that is just spreading like a malignancy all over the planet. That is not, that we don't see any signs of it improving anything, but gradually taking down, destroying, diminishing everything that it touches, everything it tries to grasp hold of, everything, that it wants to control, And all that in and of itself should tell you, if you could just step back from the constant indoctrination, that something is not right with our religion. Something massively is not right with our religion, But you don't do that because you're not given the opportunity to do that, sort of thing. So the only thing you can do at some point is say, well, if my religion doesn't allow me to do that, to step back and to think for myself this way, I might as well just walk away from the religion completely and start fresh. Which a lot of Muslims are doing, thank God, and I wish them all the best in their endeavor to do so. Some are becoming atheists, some are turning to Christianity. I don't know if some are turning into other spiritual paths or not. But I mean, whatever it takes for you to rip away that lifelong indoctrination and to start a whole new life and a whole new perspective for yourself, sort of thing. I've had to do it myself, guys, with my religious upbringing within Christianity, because there's a lot of teachings within Christianity that I don't agree with, that I'm not comfortable with, that I've never been comfortable with, that I've questioned my entire life, and for all intents and purposes I've walked away from. So Christianity is not going to demand my death for doing so, as it does in your religion. So I'm able to do that, sort of thing. So again, the fact that it demands your death for questioning and for walking away and for thinking independently and trying to connect with Source directly, again, should that not be a red flag to you? That there's something massively wrong with your religion? That it controls you that way? It seeks to control you that way? Okay, guys, I'm going to end off here now. There's no way humanly possible, guys, that I can do a 10-minute video because it takes about 10 minutes for my mind to get focused enough to get into the stuff that I want to talk about here. I don't know if I have time now to do another quick little short video. I wanted to talk about my perspectives on my evolving understanding of Yeshua and his influence in the world, and why it is good to tap into his energies from a non-religious perspective. Now, I don't think I'm going to get a chance to do this because I don't have a lot left on my chipper now. May have to upload all this here now and do that video tomorrow night here now, guys, because it's going to take a while now for... and I don't even know how to title this here now. I don't know how many views I'm going to get here again, see? Because, like, for me to get this off the ground right, guys, YouTube has got to work with me better, or I've got to figure out a way to pump these videos out better or whatever, promote them better or whatever. I keep relying on those that look at the videos now to pass them on to other people. They just, like to share the videos and all the rest of it, so that other people can get interested that way, and I can increase my viewership that way, sort of thing. Otherwise, I am struggling like mad here, guys, and like I said, it's enough for my own personal life as is to be dealing with, to try to take this on as well, which I want to do because I'm 60 years of age, guys. I don't know how many more good years of health I have left in me. I don't know how much more of a life that I have left before I pass from this life myself, sort of thing. I want to achieve something. I want to leave something behind of some substance while I still have the ability to do so. So I'm at the age now, I've reached a point in my life now where that is, from a personal, very, very personal perspective, that is becoming increasingly vitally important for me to do. Because I've gone an entire lifetime, guys, trying to figure out what my purpose is in life, why I'm here. I know I'm not like anybody around me, never have been like anybody around me. Why do I live in the place that I live in? Why do I live around the types of people that I live around that don't get me, don't understand me? It's like, I don't click with them, they don't click with me, sort of thing. I'm a stranger in a strange land. I've been my entire life. Trying to understand that one. Waiting for an entire lifetime for God to speak to me directly, to tell me directly what I'm here for, to do, what my purpose is, if I have a purpose at all, So, more than half of my life is gone now. I'm 60 years of age, and I'm saying, well, frig heck it, enough is enough now. I'll pick something and just go with it in a way and hope for the best, So now, this has come along now, and this is my mission now. For the time being, or part of my mission anyway, is to be a voice for Israel, to be a voice for Jewish people in general, from a spiritual perspective than a political perspective, and to fight for the Western world, the democratic Western world, and what we've created over the past 200 or 300 years or so, or fought to create, and all the rest of it, sort of thing, to create the kind of societies that we have. This is more or less my mission now for the next however long it's going to be, sort of thing, until we start seeing some changes, a change around, out of this darkness and this madness and all the rest of it, So where's that going to lead me? I have no idea. How long is it going to take? I have no idea. I could be the rest of my life at this now, sort of thing. So I've decided that this is what I'm probably going